We're back with more country fried baseball, fantasy, news, and questions, and whatever. Let's talk this morning about a big trade that happened in the overnight. The Dodgers acquired Hanley Ramirez, and they also got Randy Choate to add to that bullpen that is now healthy already. The bullpen is healthy now once again, and now they added a 36-year-old left-handed veteran that is really going to help them along. Hanley is a Dodger. Seems to be he's been rumored about being traded for the last couple of years now. I can't believe they actually pulled the trigger. But what will Hanley do in that Dodger lineup? Probably be protecting Matt Kemp. I don't know if he's going to hit the leadoff spot or two spot or what they're thinking right now. But anywhere in those top four spots, Hanley's going to definitely produce, especially probably sandwiched between Ethier and Kemp. So it'll be interesting to see how his spirits are on a team that's already successful without him. So I hope it works for the Dodgers. It's a great trade, and they didn't give up a whole lot, but they are eating a lot of that contract. So it'll be interesting. How about Wandy Rodriguez, or Wandy, whatever, going to the Pirates? Pirates needed a starter. They still need to add a bat. I think Rodriguez will definitely give them some needed pitching depth, and hopefully, his experience will help some of those younger starting pitchers on that staff. Fantasy-wise, obviously Rodriguez is gonna be in line for some wins. It's not like he's going to a very different setting. He's still remain within the division, so he's still going to be facing batters that have seen him once or twice before at least. So he's definitely going to add some wins to that. So I got some questions that were texted to me earlier today. One of them was, who are a couple players that I can buy low on that I should expect to help me in the second half? The first name that I came up with, and you might not believe this, but it's J.A. Happ. He was just traded from Houston to Toronto, and I know he's got a lot of tough bats in that division to deal with, and he's even in the bullpen right now. But I think if he gets a spot in that rotation, he's going to be facing a lot of guys that don't have a whole lot of experience left him, and a lot of left-handed power bats in that division. And he being a left-handed starter, he could have some success. I know it sounds crazy to think, but he could definitely have some success, I think. The Blue Jays are a team that score a lot of runs. He's kind of a poor man's Brendan Morrow. So, he's going to get some strikeouts. He's going to get some wins. He's never been a good ERA guy, but with him being on a better team now, that could obviously come down. Another guy that I think might benefit here before the trade deadline actually is Ben Zobrist. There's talk of him maybe going to the Angels, or if he ended up someplace like Pittsburgh. He's gonna obviously end up somewhere probably on a contender and be in a better lineup, meaning there'll be better bats surrounding him. He's a great power guy when he wants to be. He's kind of an up and downer, but he could hit for power. He can see some bases. He's got probably the second base outfield eligibility in most leagues. So power hitting second baseman can always come in handy. Omar Infante also back in Detroit. He could, Detroit has needed a second baseman since, let's face it, Lou Whitaker. So, he's obviously going to be in that lineup every day. Whether he hits in front of Fielder and Cabrera or not, he's still gonna be seeing some pitches. So, and he's flashed some power. He's kind of cooled off a little bit, but he flashed some power earlier this year. So that'll be interesting. Tim Lincecum. If Tim actually can string a couple starts together, I think he'll be dangerous. he's another good buy low candidate. He could, like I said, if he strings some starts together, he could be dangerous going forward. Adrian Gonzalez. I know that sounds crazy that you could buy low on him, but he didn't have the greatest first half, and he's having an incredible July. And when he starts going, he starts going. I personally just traded him this morning for Paul Konerko. I picked up, this is AL only trade, I picked up Omar Infante and immediately offered him with Adrian Gonzalez for Paul Konerko, and the trade was accepted. I needed some batting average, and I needed some home runs. So Konerko has a little bit more home runs than Adrian at this point. So I'm hoping that he continues that trade. But Adrian could still have a great second half.